Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to the channel, and today we have an awesome look at one of the Ascension bosses, the Desecrated Daimyo. This guy looks absolutely incredible. Simon has been sharing some information about the Hag's Hollow recently, and this is our first look, a full look, the kit, the abilities, everything, even actual footage of the attacks that we're going to be able to see in this dungeon. So for those of you who may have missed it, a couple weeks back, Simon did a video about some of the dungeons that were going to be in the game. Myself and Mr. Sneaky, we actually did kind of a reaction, a collab chat about that content, so you can check that up here. But this guy is one of those Ascension bosses, and so this is going to be a boss that we're going to be farming for some of the resources we need to ascend our heroes. So definitely, especially in early game, one of the main places we're going to go. So the Desecrated Daimyo, what exactly are we going to be seeing here? Guys, first off, let's just check this out. This artwork is absolutely incredible. It's a modified version of the hero Obu Nobunaga. Man, we're going to see some crazy names playing this game. But I mean, just check this out. Fateless does a really good job of basically recycling assets in their hero designs, and so hero and boss designs. We also know that another one of the Ascension bosses is like kind of a recycled version of Freya as well, and so they do this quite often, not necessarily in a bad way. In fact, I mean, come on, just like look at that weapon. It is sick. I mean, everything about this design is really, really cool. So I was just looking through and kind of seeing just what the design was, kind of the layout, things that they were doing, things they're modifying, different versions of, or not versions, but angles of the sword. Really, really cool stuff. But I know you guys are here to see what this boss is going to do, how you're going to defeat him, kind of what kind of abilities. And let me tell you, for an Ascension boss, which I would argue is probably one of the more common bosses, I would think, in the game, like in terms of like difficulty and things like that, he's got some fun mechanics, so stay tuned, it's coming up. But yeah, check it out, guys. I mean, this boss is just I love the design, the artwork, the colors, just really, really great stuff. Just wait, there's going to be a 3D rendering of his weapon coming up, and that is just absolutely gorgeous. So here's that 3D rendering again, just seeing him, checking out all the lighting, how it's moving, just incredible. And then here's that weapon I said. Man, it is great artwork, honestly. Just the effort that's going into design. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. What do y'all think about this design so far? Leave a comment down below. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and jump right over here. So the Desecrated Daimyo, as he is already a fearsome warrior on a path of conquest, the leaders of the Izumo fear Obu Nobunaga enough. The notion of a chaos-corrupted variant of him, drawn from parts or planes unknown, is terrifying. Yet that is the Desecrated Daimyo, a maddened and honorless entity of hatred and death, protected from its enemies by twisted aether itself. So this boss is actually going to have two minions beside him that are going to be buffing him, one on either side. We're going to get to that, but definitely some good mechanics here that are going to make it a lot of fun. Before we see any of the attacks, though, I want to show a really just brief summary of what we can expect here. So I'll go ahead and turn my own camera off so that you can read the full thing as you would like. But Anwin has been occupied by the Desecrated Daimyo, bringing terror to the realm of Avalon. You are tasked with restoring balance in the realm by removing the invading forces from Anwin. The Daimyo has achieved supreme knowledge over ether and time, bringing speed and initiative down debuffs to your team. Each time he casts his ultimate, he will sustain his life force and reduce his divinity requirements to recast the ultimate. You will not outlast the Daimyo, so a quick resolution to the conflict is key. In other words, guys, this means bring damage. The key to success is high damage and to outpace the Daimyo. Defeating his allies will weaken his grasp on the realm, with his acolyte increasing his divinity cost by 500, giving you more time to take him down, and his guard will reset his current divinity. However, if you allow his allies to live, they will empower him with speed and initiative up, which will activate his counter-attack passive on Relentless Strike, outpace and outwit the Daimyo, and restore in peace to the realm of Avalon. Ooh, okay, that's a lot to think through. So really quickly, let's get through right here. And so here is going to be that primary attack from the Daimyo. And that ability is it attacks all enemies with a 100% chance to place initiative down 3 for 1 turn. Absolutely crazy attack for the basic attack alone, all the initiative down, decreasing the rate in which we are gaining our ultimate. The core attack looks pretty sick, if you ask me. Look at that animation. Look how what a ginormous weapon that is. Standing up, boom! What an AoE. So that core, Daimyo's Decree, attacks all enemies and places speed down 3 for 2 turns on all allies. Realize, guys, that these are all the level 3 versions of the debuffs, and so these are the most powerful ones that are really going to affect your team. And then the ultimate here is going to be removing debuffs, I think, and empowering him as well. Let's check the actual language, exactly what's going on, but want to see that one more time. Looks so sick. All of that dark energy. So cool. So the ultimate is Eternal Corruption. Removes all debuffs and places barrier. 200% of his defense on the Desecrated Daimyo. Reduces the divinity cost by 100. So every time, guys, that he places this ultimate on himself, he's going to be looping back around to that more and more. And as he said, in the notes here, one of his minions places an initiative up on him, and so this is just going to become an ever-increasing cycle if you don't get your hands on it. So his passive, he has 2 of them. Desecration of the Wise increases divinity by 50 when attacked under a barrier. So as soon as he gets the ultimate up, man, I mean, we're feeding the machine. But heals the Desecrated Daimyo by 25% max HP when attacked under a barrier. The Shield of Shadows is immune to all disables. Now, Shield of Shadows, this is the only place I think in which this term actually is in all of these details. And so I'm not exactly sure what that means exactly. Yeah, because he's not the Shield of Shadows. The barrier is not the Shield of Shadows. So I guess, but I mean, just kind of like piecing these together and how bosses are developed, I would think that maybe he is immune to disables. So, but we'll see. And then second passive, Relentless Strike, has a 50% chance to activate Conqueror's Blade, which is his basic ability, which places initiative down on you. While he is attacked under a barrier. Chances reduced by 50% if the Shield of Shadows is not under a speed up 3 or initiative up 3. So yeah, basically, what is happening here? So, okay, he has to be the Shield of Shadows because speed up 3 and initiative up 3 are placed on him by his minions. So you should see that in a second. And so if those buffs are not on him, so let's say you have like some block the buffs from happening or kill his minions, then it's reduced by 50%. Now, I would assume that's 50% gain, 50% loss, making it 0%, but it could also be 50% of 50, so it could be a 25% chance. It's unclear here. We'd have to test that for sure. And we content creators don't have access to a test server or anything like that. We are as in the dark as you are in terms of being able to play the game. But this will always activate Conqueror's Blade when the Desecrated Daimyo's turn meter is reduced. So do not bring turn meter manipulation to this fight. So we've seen them in action, but let's actually check out them in the fight. So here is his basic. Guys, do remember that this is a dev build. This is all test. There's a lot of things that they're still working on here. And so do take all of this with a grain of salt. Whew. Did you see those wings? Man, check it out. All right, and here is that same attack from a different angle. You can see that, just going in for the kill. Here is the core attack right here. Gonna be able to see that AoE on all of them. Oh, man, that cinematic camera, that POV is awesome. That's 1x speed. That's actually not too slow, which is nice. Here's a second look at that core attack. Oh, that is so sweet. And then last but not least, we're going to see his ultimate followed up by the core. The cinematic camera really does look so sweet. The angles are great. And he comes in with that AoE attack. Oh, yeah, guys, these is just going to ramp and ramp and ramp if we're not careful. That is going to be an absolutely incredible combo. But there's also the acolytes that are beside him. And so the acolyte and the guard. So the acolyte, the Forsaken Shinigami, is his basic is Desecrated Sweep and an attacks placing speed up 3 on the Desecrated Daimyo. And his passive, Fallen Guardian, when the Desecrated Acolyte is defeated, it will increase the divinity cost of the Desecrated Daimyo by 500, which is great. You can kill him really, really fast, and then he starts at 1500 required, which is going to be great. And then the Desecrated Guard, the Forsaken Tengu, basic aerial strike, attack 1 with 300% attack, and placing initiative up 3 for 1 turn on the Desecrated Daimyo. And the passive Fallen Guardian, when the guard is defeated, reduces the divinity of the Daimyo to 0. Which again is just going to be so great, because as you can make sure and allow as few ultimates on this daimyo as possible, then you're going to be set for taking him down. Guys, this is it. What an incredible boss. What are your thoughts here? I absolutely love this. You're definitely going to need to bring some damage. You're definitely going to need to probably potentially bring some, make sure that you have either high resistance or block any kind of debuffs that are placed on you. All of this just looks absolutely incredible. I love the scenery here as well. That's something that we haven't even talked about. It all is looking really, really great. They are still working on lighting, still working on all that, but this is heading in an incredible direction. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure, if you have not yet, subscribe to the channel. The goal is 1,000 subscribers by early access. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.